So hey guys, my name is ForXP and welcome to a new tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about if conditions. So first of all we need to understand what's an if condition. An if condition is pretty much something that compares either a variable or a number or a string or whatever, and if it's true, if that comparison returns true, so it's fulfilling what it's being asked for, it's going to compile some code. So let's give it an example. So let's say local a equals 1. So how do we start this if condition? You start by typing if, and now remember what we did on the last tutorial. We're going to do a comparison. A equals, and let's say 2, for example, 10, and now we need to put an and to tell that we ended this. If you see this symbol here, it's now like a block of code. So now whenever, like when we compile this code, if a equals to 2, then it's going to do something that you need to write down here. So for example, print a is equal to 2. As you can see, nothing shows on the output because a doesn't equal to 2. Now if we change this to 1, you can see the print right below here. So what the if does, it's like not hide but like block the code unless the condition is fulfilled. And when I say block, I don't mean it literally blocks the entire code. So if we print something down here, like the code came to an end, let's change this. It's still coming here, it's just ignoring the block of code that is within the if. It's not literally like blocking everything that comes after it. So as long as what's in here is true, this is going to compile this code. So this works for strings. So let's do again the high. So if it equals to high, then it's going to print high, because why not? And as you can see, it's compiling, but if I change this to hello, it's no longer printing the high. So this is pretty much how ifs work. And just to leave this clear, you can have more ifs. Like you can have an if inside of an if. So local b equals 2. So we can have, let's change this to hello so it works. And now we have another if b equals 2, 10, and now we do print b is 2, because why not? Okay, but the only reason why it's checking this second if, it's because it's passing through this first if. However, there is a more efficient way of doing this, which is what I'm going to be showing you right now. There's two very important keywords, which is the and the or. Let's start with the and. So the and is pretty much you write two conditions. Let's just say print high. Okay. So in this case, if a equals to hello and b equals to 2, it's going to print high. However, as soon as one of these two conditions is not true, the code is no longer going to be compiled. So if this equals to 3, the code no longer prints. Or if the string is different, let's just say hello with 2 O's, it no longer prints anything. And for the or, as the name kind of just tells by itself, I don't know why I removed this print. Just one of these two conditions needs to be true. So if we change this completely, it still works because b equals to 2. If we change this, now it's not going to work because neither of the two are true. However, if I now change the first one, now it works again because this one is true. So on the OR, only one of them needs to be true. You can have as many ORs and as many ANDs as you want. For the AND, on the other hand, it needs to have every single comparison that is being done in this line, where you have the if and the then, equal to true. Okay, we're nearly done. There's just two more things that you need to know about ifs, which are the else. So let's do this. If b equals, let's change this to 10 print, and we're gonna say b is 2. And now there's a new keyword that you want to put inside of the if, which is the else. So pretty much you're telling the code, in case this is not true, then do this. So if b equals to 2, it's coming here, b is 2. However, if b is not 2, it's gonna ignore this code, it's gonna check the else, and it's gonna compile this code instead. So these two codes never compile at the same time. This one compiles when this is false, and this one compiles when this is true. The else always works the same way for when you're using ORs or ANDs. So pretty much whenever this code is not being compiled, this one will be compiled instead. And there's just one more, which is else if, which is gonna need another then. What the else if does is pretty much be like, okay, so b is not equal to 2, but what if b is equal to 5? In that case, it's gonna print b is 5. And as you can see, this code is being ignored because b is not equal to 2, and it's just jumping to this condition and it's checking, is b equal to 5 though? It is, so it's going to print this. If b is like equal to something different, it's not going to do anything because it's checking this condition. Okay, this is false, so let's ignore this code. And it jumps to this condition and it's like, yeah, this is also false, so let's ignore this. Now you might be thinking, what if the comparison have the same thing? As soon as this one is true and this code compiles, it's not gonna check any else or else if. So having this or not would be the same exact thing. So that's pretty much how ifs work. Else if is the same as having else, and then just having a new if in here, which would be just like a waste of space, and it will start complicating the code for absolutely no reason. So yes, this is how ifs work. I recommend that you guys give it a try and test with your own stuff, because this is something very important to get used to, because you use ifs anywhere to filter stuff, to detect like what key did you press on your keyboard. Just not in game development, it's important everywhere to know how ifs work if you want to work with coding. So that's all for today's tutorial. On the next one I'm probably going to be talking about loops, because there's something very important and kind of overused by me. So I see you guys in the next tutorial, and yeah, if you need anything, like have any question, you can find the Discord in the description below.